I said Hey guys. Hey, Hez never woke up this morning. I turned off his alarm. So he's not doing the show today. I am. Oh, shh. I don't want to wake him up. Quiet, guys, quiet. Right. So anyway, the show sucks, and Cholita Castro is awesome, and here's the deal is right, and Glenn Serio's a hero, man. So I'm gonna tell you guys, now that Hez isn't here, I'm gonna tell you guys the real truth, okay? The secret to life, the meaning of life, is to harass old ladies, videotape children, and exploit their images on YouTube for money. What else? Oh yeah, and hey guys, you think us frauditors are stupid? We're not stupid at all. We know exactly what we're doing. We just don't care. We don't care. We don't care. If you're in your underwear, we'll film you anyway. Hip, 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 hooray. We don't really care. Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah, you guys are, Hey, Hez, good morning. Hey, good to see you, man. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I was just telling all these wonderful people about how awesome it is being here with you and how much I love doing the show. Yeah. Oh, what the heck, Hez? Come on. Oh boy. Man, that guy!
Man, that kid! You talk about crap hammer sandwich sauce. I think that's what his blood is made out of. Kingston 2000 was first. He said, good morning, all. That's everybody. That's all of us. And he gets the first happy dance. Let's go. All right. Yes, thank you. David E. Persons, there was a Roman emperor who never aged once he turned 19. His name was Constantine. I dig it. Terry Barnes, good morning. God bless you, sir. Absolutely. Stephen Robertson, what's up, everybody? Morning, everybody. Hey, morning to you. I'm going to drink some coffee, too. Yeah. Ooh, I got to retire, man. That way I can start putting whiskey in my coffee. Woohoo. No. All right, Terry Barnes, David E. Persons, Victoria B., good morning. Good morning to you. Let's see. Terry Barnes, P. Barnes. Oh, yeah, P. Barnes. All right, there we go. Welcome to the show, as always. David E. Persons, Terry Barnes, P. Barnes, Victoria B. Lexi Ann's here. What's up? Sorry, my throat's a little sore this morning. P. Barnes, Terry Barnes, Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill. Let's go. All right, what else we got here? We got Frauditor Mania in the house. What's up? Great to see you. Let's see. P. Barnes, Greg Jonick, David E. Persons. Who else is here? Anybody I missed? Greg Jonick. All right. Lisa Alcazar. What's up? Ella Donna Rogers. Hey. All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I got a late start. It was Voodoo's fault. Dagnabbit. No, I didn't sleep late or anything like that. It's just now that school's back in session, I got to get back in the groove, you know? Like, I don't know. I got to reschedule my schedule, like get back into the groove of waking up and then getting ready for the show and doing all that, and taking care of Minnie has and his stuff too, because usually by the time I'm done with the show, he's still in bed, and then I go to work, and whatever. It's $5 Australian from Griffey. Whacking Wednesday. News Now Voodoo. Super kick from Joey. Hey, as it friends. Hey, welcome to the show.
Oh, hey, thank you so much, Griffey. All right, that's a good thing to do. Yeah, kick the voodoo doll on the head. All right, I can do that. Hey, voodoo.
What do you want, you porcupine looking? Well, no, you don't really have spikes on you, but you look like some kind of a rodent. Yeah, what are you, a rat or a chipmunk or what are you? What the heck was that for, man? You stupid kangaroo! Cut it out!
Oh, thank you so much, mate. That was fun. All right. So long. All right, goodbye.
See, dagnabbit, the book of Australian slang is still in Florida. I gotta read it. The whole thing was, the plan was I was gonna go through it and pick up some stuff for Joey to say, but it's down there, not here. Anyway, thank you so much. All right, what do we got? Lisa Alcazar, LaDonna Rogers, P. Barnes, Griffey. All right, good stuff. So, oh dear. It's raining right now. I can see out the window. Boy, I wonder if it's supposed to rain all day. That'll make my working outside all day real fun. Yippee. And if yesterday was any indication, it's going to be super busy. The end of the month and the beginning of the month are always nuts. Yesterday was literally just customer after customer after customer after customer. It's just nonstop. At lunchtime, I had to send people away because I sent like 5 people away and 6 more came in. It's like, and then the same thing at the end of the day at 5 o'clock. There was a big line of people, and I'm telling them like 4:30. There's no way that we're going to be able to help all of you before 5 o'clock. And some left, and again, and then some more came. It was just nonstop all day yesterday. It was nuts. But let's look at the weather for today. Let's see. Is it supposed to rain all day? I don't know. So let's look it up and find out together. Check the weather. All right, just a moment, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry about that. So anyway, thunderstorms. Yay! I got that to look forward to. Hopefully I don't get hit with lightning. Anyway, oh boy. Hello, welcome to the show. Great to be here with you guys. So last night actually turned out to be a lot of fun. Because we had it planned out months ago. What happened was this is the 50th, or a few days ago, whatever, was the 50th anniversary of the release of the movie Jaws. So they re-released it in theaters for the 50th anniversary celebration. Hold on, I gotta adjust it. And so they announced a long time ago they were going to do that. So my kids and I, we all got matching Jaws t-shirts. Okay, like it was a big thing. Like we're all gonna go see Jaws in the theater because it was always a tradition. Like we would always watch Jaws on the 4th of July. But this year we already knew they were going to re-release it at sometime in August. So we skipped it on the 4th because we're going to see it on the big screen this time. Meanwhile, Minnie has never actually watched Jaws. Every time we start to watch it, in the first 5 minutes, he gets scared and he leaves the room. So he's never actually watched it. So yesterday was the first time Minnie has actually sat through the whole movie. And it was in the theater on the big screen. And my older kids, it was awesome for them too. My daughter, she was just jealous that Minnie has got to see it for the first time ever on the big screen in the theater. She's like, man, you're so lucky. And, you know, her big thing, and it always has been, like, that movie's different, you know, than a lot of those kind of movies because sharks are a real thing. Like, yeah, what happens in the movie ultimately isn't necessarily realistic, but the point is sharks are real. It's not like a monster movie where you're being chased by a creature, you know, that doesn't exist. You know, like sharks exist. So that, you know, is what makes it work. But my older son, he was completely blown away because apparently I didn't even realize this, but the DVD of Jaws that he has, that is, I guess, my old DVD of it from when I was younger, back in the 90s, maybe late 80s, I don't know, whenever Jaws came out on DVD, was a pan and scan version, not a widescreen version. So he's like, I've seen that movie so many times, and there's got to be at least 16 different things I've never seen before because they were over here or they were over here and they never showed that on TV. It was just, you know, like I could see the stuff in it. And like he was like, it was great. Like got to see the movie in a whole new way for all of us, even me. Like as many times as I've seen it, seeing how like on the widescreen, on the big screen, picking up on just all these little things. And it was really high quality. They did a 4K upgrade on it. So the images were amazing. It was a lot of fun. It was a great time. Round of applause for Jaws. All right. Oh, this is funny. Hey, Donna Ray, what's up? So somebody, see, this is the thing about the people who come in the chat, because they do that. They love to complain about, well, it just got timed out. But it's like, that's the only reason you guys come here. You don't want to actually have a real discussion. Because I think it was just last week somebody came in here and actually asked legitimate questions, and I gave legitimate answers, and we actually had a little bit of a discussion. But these people are just trolls. They don't come in. Look at what he's saying. I want to get timed out. You guys are losers. Okay, so do you have anything to say about anything at all? Yeah, see? He has nothing to say about anything that matters. Hey, go get exercise. Okay. You too, buddy. Go get exercise. It's good for you. It's good for everybody. Yippee. Do a brain butt dance and Zap has. Hey.
Hey, rise and fall. I'm on your side, man. Don't you listen to these douche canoes. They think that harassing people and exploiting them for money is a bad thing. They think that filming children so that creepos can look at them at the internet is a bad thing. I don't know what's wrong with these people, man. They think that pepper spraying old ladies for fun is a bad thing. They're nuts, man. There's something wrong with them. Like, but you and I, we know, right? That going like this. Yeah, this is what it's all about. Look at my butt, look at my butt, look at my butt. Yeah, see? Pooping on people and showing them your butt. Pepper spraying random old ladies on the street. That's what life is about, man. Anyway, thank you so much for the butt dance and the $2 or whatever. Hez isn't gonna give me a plum nickel, I know that. But that's alright, because me and my homies, we're gonna go, I got some Modelo, and we're gonna go chill on the corner, we're relaxing, settling down, mellowing out, sleeping, resting, napping, good stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat some beans now. Ow! So I could fart more.
Zapaz, I didn't read that part. I didn't see that. See, that's funny. He's like, oh, we get timed out. He's like, yeah, we can help you with that. Let's see. Parson, what's up? Parson. Yes. So anyway, what was I talking about before the douche brought his canoe in here? The douche canoe arrived. Yes. So anyway, speaking of football, I think there's a Bears game coming up soon. Let's look that up real quick. Oh yeah, Monday Night Football, the first game, the Bears and the Vikings. Nice. Let's see. Okay, so no intention at even thinking about good faith discussion, just insults and ad homs, and then you wonder why he gets timed out. Make a legitimate point. Paul Otten, they used to be BC. Paul in Vancouver. What? BC Transparency is an auditor. Where is exposing frauditors? Paul Otten, that used to be BC Transparency. He was an auditor, and then he became best friends with the parasite Paul in Vancouver. Where did he go? I don't know anything about what you're talking about. I do know that it seems to me that people on your end define the term bootlicker as anyone who actually has empathy for other humans. If you're not an inhuman slimeball, you're a bootlicker. I'd like to have that discussion with you if you actually had a good faith. Discussion with somebody. Ask Ray, she was best friends with him. Are you talking about stuff that happened like years ago? And then the dude retired? He gave us the no frauditor sign or whatever. That was a long time ago. I don't even remember half of that. All right, so you don't want to talk about anything. You just want to be like, no, a long time ago. A bootlicker is a guy that goes down and licks a cop's boot. That's it. There's a definition. Now you know you're educated. Lick the boot. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That literally has never happened. So, I don't understand, what that means. Okay, Canadian Cop Watch, you're a pedophile. How could I say that? Well, because you know what the definition of a pedophile is. All right, but what does that have to do with you? You get down on your knees and lick the boots of cops. Okay, that literally has never happened. So what are you talking about? How does that apply to me in any way? I called you the P word. Why? Same reason you called me a bootlicker, because you saying I do something that I've never done in my life. That has never even come up as a thing. So if you could say that I'm that, then I could say you're that. Why not? It's free speech, right? It doesn't. I know it's a completely extreme opposite example, but it's the same idea. It's like, I'm going to call you something that you clearly, obviously, realistically, literally are not, because it's an insult and I just like insulting people. And then you want us to be on your side when all you want to do is insult people. Frauditors love free speech so much that they copyright strike and sue people that make videos about them. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know if that dude's still listening though. You know, that's one of the things that there's a lot, but like, because as you all know, I've actually tried to talk with these people. I try to actually have conversations with them, but it's extremely difficult because they don't actually they don't use words properly. They have their own ideas of what words mean, like bootlicker, right? And other things too. Like I've had situations where like, I think like it was maybe when I was talking to John Felix or whatever, it's like these people will say things like, well, do you support extortion? No. But their definition of extortion is anything any cop would ever do. So if you say no, then, see, you hate cops. There you go. What? What are you talking about? Or they'll say, do you support tyranny? Of course not. But that their definition of tyranny is anything any cop would ever do. It doesn't matter if you actually are doing something wrong. It doesn't matter, like that video a few weeks ago. It doesn't matter if you have dead bodies in the trunk. Because cops are bad. So let the person who murdered people and threw them in the trunk of a car that they stole go. Because cops are bad, okay? So just let them murder people. Who cares? Well, we're not talking about murder. We're talking about traffic citations. Then how come the murderers are the ones you're standing up for? Oh, well, that's different because if the cops didn't pull them over in the first place, yeah, they would have gotten away with it. But it's worth it to get cops to stop pulling people over. But now I'm going off on a tangent. The point I'm trying to make ultimately is I joke and I say, oh, no matter what you say to these guys, their answer is always cops are bad. That's why you can't have a conversation with them. But realistically, like literally, if you actually sit down and try to talk to these people, yes, that is true. Because ultimately, like big picture, everything comes down to cops are bad. And that's why we do what we do, because cops are bad. That's why we harass old ladies, because cops are bad. That's why we pepper spray random people on the street, because cops are bad. That's why we stand out in front of Chick-fil-A, the library. That's why we hang out in the post office all day instead of getting a job, because cops are bad. That's the ultimate answer to every question. Does that sound better? Because I heard background noise because it's raining outside. I think my mic was picking up the rain. So by his definition, with a make LIA and a few others that have highlighted good cops on their channels and go and give training bootlickers. Yeah, yes, that would make Long Island Audit and other people like that bootlickers. Yep. Canadian Cop Watch has 15 subs. Nice. But ultimately, it's like, what I'm getting at is, it's also on top of the fact that big picture, ultimately, no matter what argument you make, it's going to lead to, well, because cops are bad. But also, you can't talk to them because they have these definitions, and you see it when they're in court. That's a perfect example. Any of these frauditors or soft-sets, when they're in court, you could see it. Because they'll say these words and think it's like they have like these, they figured out these magic words, like the whole understand thing, right? It's like I'm here, sui juris, whatever, under duress because you guys are trying to use your corporation to get my all caps name or whatever the heck the argument is. The judge, literally, if they've never had a sovereign citizen before them, has absolutely no idea what this idiot's talking about because they're just rambling sovereign citizen nonsense. But the sovereign knows. You know what I'm talking about, Judge. You know what I'm talking about. You're just pretending you don't know because that's how you guys scam us and exert power over us. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. And that's a big crux of it. When they get pulled over and they call that extortion, we know that. We're supposed to know that. It's not that they're just using that word to make it sound like something that it's not. No. We know it is, but we support it. And that's where this, oh, you guys are bootlickers starts to come from. Like, I see a speeder getting pulled over and given a ticket as you got caught speeding. Take responsibility for your actions like an adult. How about that? And if you weren't speeding, fight it in court. Have you ever heard of the Constitution? That's where the judicial system is laid out. It gives you the opportunity to fight it in court. Constitutionalist. Douche canoe. See the difference? So, you say getting pulled over isn't any of the things that I just described. You say getting pulled over is extortion. And furthermore, I know, we all know it's extortion. None of us actually believe that if you get pulled over for speeding, it's because you were speeding and you got caught. And if you weren't, that you could fight it in court because the Constitution? No, none of that stuff exists. It's just extortion racket. And we know that. And we support it. That makes us bootlickers. See how their minds think insane? They put together pieces that don't fit. Their train of thought derails. Their logic falls apart. But that's where they get these insane ideas. And that's why you got people like Kootenai County Press going around shooting unarmed homeless people in the streets. That's why you get people like the whole I don't even remember their names, the Impact Media crew, literally stomping people's heads into the cement. Random citizens. Why? Because they believe this nonsense. They convince their brains with this train of thought where it's like everybody knows what these guys are doing. Everybody knows what's really going on, which they just all made up in their own heads based on some crap they read on the internet. But they believe it so deeply that they actually think that we all know this. So if we say, hey, please don't film me, we're purposely, intentionally going out of our way to do that just to violate their rights and to try to destroy them and control them. And it's like, the hell are you talking about, you idiot? Some people don't feel comfortable with some random idiot filming them and posting their face all over the internet and publicly humiliating them. There are bad people all over, no matter what their job is. If you expose the bad people and get them out of office support, why would that make you a bootlicker? Yes. And support the good people that you put in office. Right. I got what you were saying. Yes. Nightmares Adventures makes a great point. He's saying, basically, there are bad people and there are good people in every profession. So if you support the good ones, that makes you a bootlicker? The problem is you guys think that there's no such thing as good ones, that they're all bad. What's the difference between that and bigotry? Pick one specific group and put every member of that group into the you're no good. You're inhuman. We need to dehumanize you. I love the smell of fresh boots in the morning. Yeah. That's right. Now, hey, Tiny, what's up? Now, to be fair, when you talk about bootlicking, back in the 90s, I knew this girl that was a dominatrix typer. I'm sorry, we don't need to get into all that. That's TMI. No. Hey, Highway Star, all right. What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here? We had a troll in the comments, so I was just addressing his stupidity. Anyway, let's go ahead and show a video. I got you know what? I got a Van Balian. Why don't we go ahead and start with that? I always love watching sovereign citizens get pulled over because they're so dumb. The Bears on Monday Night Football. It's going to be awesome. Let's start the show. All right. Oh, wait a minute. We got $2 from Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity. Has needs a visit from Mr. Sparky. Save us news now, Voodoo.
Yes. That's right, Uncle Artie. Taze has, tell my lawyer, Mr. Snurdly, that, I want to put together a team. Like OJ did. He had a team of lawyers. So I want Kurt Snurdly, Chili DeCastro, and the YMCA lawyer to be my lawyers in my lawsuit against Hezokuai for $187 trillion. All right. That's right. And then what am I just doing? Oh yeah, I'm gonna tase Hezokuai. All right, watch this, man, while I hit the tase button. No, Hez, not that one. Okay, yeah, no, Hez, no, the other one. Stop it, Hez. No, what are you doing, Hezekiah? That's weird. No, don't do that. No. No, poor sweet innocent Uncle Artie. Why would you do that to such a wonderful guy? Come on, Hez. That's not cool. Oh, stop it. Hold on, wait. What? What does that say? Breaking news? What's the breaking news?
You're a dumbass.
That's not news. Everybody already knew that. Oh, no, wait. Take two. Ow!
Oh, my goodness gracious me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. So, anyway, let's go ahead and check out some Van Balian, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
I actually love this right now because I'm going to be able to get that guy out of his job. I'm not signing anything, officer. If you want to take me to jail, take me to jail.
Welcome back to the Van Balian channel, guys. Today we head back to Texas for a video titled State Trooper Violates, in all capitals, Laws, Constitutions and Oaths. Hondo PD Tyrants Sit and Watch. In reality, we're about to sit and watch a very entitled sovereign citizen who recently got his car impounded go up against a no-nonsense Texas cop and lose. A week prior to the video where he recorded his Camaro getting pulled onto the back of a tow truck. Right, let's get into the video.
Reason for the stop today, you have no license plate.
Yeah, so I just recently got stopped 2 days ago by Cashville PD. We already went over all of this. I just bought this vehicle. I already provided them documentation, showed them it's not stolen, showed them the contract that I used to purchase the vehicle. We had a big, I didn't get any tickets or anything like that. I didn't get any citations. I got a warning because I put on a big
I think the word you were looking for there was dunce and cap, because that whole stop, which you obviously can't be honest about, was an embarrassment. You were in fact given a warning for no tags, yes, but you were also given a citation for failure to change address. But now you're abusing that warning by continuing to drive without one. If I was there and a cop, I would hit you with every citation possible and impound your car.
I guess you can say I audited them. Kind of like if you proceed with the detainment, I'm gonna audit you respectfully, because I do study the law. I am not gonna answer any of your questions. I did already provide the police officers in Castroville with all the information. I do have the citation, the warning. If you want to see the warning, I tried.
need your driver's license.
What's the reason?
The reason is you don't have a registration displayed on the vehicle.
So I don't have a plate on the vehicle. So what does that imply?
That means that you're committing a traffic violation. I need to identify you.
It also means he removed the plate again and ignored warnings given to him in good faith by the officer who had every right to cite and impound the vehicle on the previous traffic stop.
A traffic violation, so you require identification?
Yes.
So you do require identifying information?
Yes.
Not my identification, correct? You only need identifying. You only need identifying information, am I wrong?
Do you have a Texas driver's license?
I'm not going to answer any of your questions. I provide you with identifying information. If you'd like to hear my statement.
I don't want to hear it. I need your driver's license.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Listening to you read a prepared statement full of misinformation is not in his job description. Also, yes, you're completely wrong. Texas Penal Code 3802 says why.
Can I get your name and badge number, officer?
I'm Trooper Johnson.
Trooper Johnson.
Number 16050.
Thank you, sir.
I need to see some form of identification.
I can provide you.
If you do not provide me with the form of identification, then you will be placed on arrest for interfering with this investigation.
I've already heard this. I've been through this 2 days ago. Officer, greetings. Can I get your name and badge number for the record?
Officer Sanchez, 833.
Thank you, sir. Could I get your name and badge number for the record, sir?
Sergeant Justice, 819.
I'm familiar with you. Zachary, correct? Zachary. Officer, what's the reason for the detainment?
I've already explained that to you.
Can I just get it on the record one more time for you?
I've explained that multiple times. You've been recording since I got out of my vehicle. Are you going to provide identification or no?
Props to this officer for refusing to play his little game. This tactic, which more cops should employ, by the way, drives him nuts towards the end of the video. And it's a joy to watch, let me tell you.
You got one more chance. If you don't, you're going to be removed from the vehicle, okay?
So you're putting me under deadly threat, coerce, and...
You can call it whatever you want, but if you do not provide identification and you do not step out, you're going to be removed from the vehicle.
Can I at least be provided with the reasonable suspicion that I'm committing a crime?
Suspicion or probable cause.
Probable cause?
Violation, not having a license plate on the vehicle.
Probable cause for a crime or for a violation of...
Traffic violation.
So there's no crime committed. There's no harm party, correct?
Okay.
Incorrect. Not only is the state of Texas considered the injured party in this case, but me and my viewers could technically be considered injured parties due to loss of brain cells listening to you spew your pseudo-legal word salad all over the place. Class action lawsuit, anyone?
Are you going to identify yourself or not?
I can provide identifying information. I'm not going to provide my identification.
Okay, what are you going to provide me?
I can provide you my name, my date of birth. I can provide you the contract that I bought this vehicle with.
Okay.
If you really have suspicion, it's going to be... And I can also provide you the contract that I used.
What's your date of birth? Okay. And what sort of paperwork do you have on the vehicle?
I have a contract that I used for sure. As long as you guys aren't going to shoot me, I'm going to reach into my briefcase behind me. If you want to use your light, make sure.
Of course he has a briefcase. Now, why doesn't that surprise me? Also, there's that persecution complex rearing its ugly head again. No sovereign citizen traffic stop is complete without it.
So I'm going to give you this for now, just to hold on to.
I don't need that.
Oh, it's going to be with the contract. This is just putting you on notice of the police ethics that you guys are supposed to be following.
Some sort of registration or identifying information for the vehicle.
Got you. Well, if you don't want something that shows you the law you're bound to follow, then
The irony of a sovereign citizen lecturing someone else on the law is quite simply astonishing. I'm surprised this cop can keep a straight face. Dude, the last person anyone would go to for legal advice would be a spotty, arrogant 20-something pulled over for driving without plates and likely no insurance as well. Well, especially if what you said in your last video is anything to go by.
I'm not endangering anybody. I'm going to self-insure myself. Here's a copy of the contract that I used to purchase this vehicle. Just putting you guys all on notice. This detainment is unconstitutional. You're suspecting me of a traffic violation, not a crime. I have no obligation to answer any of your questions.
Dude, that cop stopped listening to you a long time ago. Save it for the judge and don't forget to challenge jurisdiction while you're there. That's always a winner.
Hi there, officer. Can I get your name and badge number for the record, please? Yes, Officer Garcia, 813. Thank you, sir. Damn, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 police officer vehicles behind me. Whenever a Hondo could be using their protection. We've got 2 officers here just talking.
When you're spewing rhetoric, the likes of which Jerry Kane and his son spewed, you shouldn't be surprised when you see more than one police car at any one of your traffic stops. In fact, I would start getting comfortable with it if I were you.
Officers, I know you have no interest in speaking with me, but I do want to put you on notice that this is unconstitutional. I want you guys to read the Constitution tonight because I do have grounds to liquidate everybody's bonds here and settle with the city for violation of not just y'all's oath of office, but of my rights.
Under that contract, I'm under contractual obligation to not register this vehicle, to not put license plate on this vehicle, because it's all governed by commercial affairs, commercial regulations. If I didn't have to pay money for it, it would be for general welfare of the public. But since I have to pay money for license plates, for registration, for insurance, it's all commercial. Therefore, it requires my consent under a contract. And I'm not going to sign a contract against my own will. That's illegal. And right now, you guys, unfortunately, you're putting me in a position where you're putting me under deadly threat, coercion, and force to enter into a contract with the state, which is illegal. And I don't want you to believe anything I'm saying. Go ahead and rewatch this body cam footage and study. Because under the Constitution, which is, I'm talking about the federal Constitution, I'm not talking about the state Constitution, we have rights as the people, and I don't have to surrender any of my rights.
Now, I would go tell him to read the 10th Amendment of the Constitution, but I know for a fact that he would either misinterpret it, hand wave dismiss it, and then just move the goalposts altogether. So I guess some people just have to learn their lesson the hard way.
Here's his bag. Do you have insurance on the vehicle?
Thank you, officer.
Or any form of financial responsibility?
Yeah, for financial responsibility, I'm self-insured, so I'm responsible.
You have a self-insurance bond?
No, that's a great question. I just purchased this vehicle, so I'm going to actually be in the process of self-insuring through a bond and then having that bond on public record so it can be...
You're receiving 3 citations today. One for not providing a driver's license, another one for not... Or for
Officer, respectfully, I've already told you I'm willing to provide you anything you ask me if it's under threat, duress, and coercion. So if you would like me to provide you with any form that you want, I'll do it right now. But I need you to tell me that I'm either going to do it or go to jail because it's going to be under threat, duress.
Citations, one for not providing me with a driver's license, another one for driving an unregistered vehicle.
So are you going to ask me for my license, or are you just going to proclaim that I don't have one?
Well, you had your chance to produce it numerous times, but you were too busy playing your pathetic little game where every lawful request was met with an arbitrary condition. But it looks like that ship has sailed now. Good on that cop for not playing along.
Officers, are you going to allow this to happen? He just told me that I'm getting a citation for not providing my driver's license. Not once did he ask me for my driver's license. How is that professional? I have my driver's license right here. I can show it to anybody. All I told him is that he has to ask me for it. And he didn't ask me anything about a driver's license. He said I could provide him with identifying information, and I gave it to him. Then he comes back with 3 citations. After I just told y'all everything I'm doing is within the law. I already had this encounter 2 days ago with City of Castroville PD and 2 sheriffs. I can play the video for y'all right now of what happened and how they all got schooled in the law. And I went away with a warning because I taught them all the freedoms that we have as the people. And now this officer...
Okay. Just now, what he said just now, to me is one of the most frustrating parts of this whole thing. And it is one of the main keys as to how these guys continue to get away with this stuff and to grow. Because people get pulled over and let off with a warning all the time. It happens all the time. But with these idiots, maybe he was going to get let off with a warning no matter what. But then he spews his soft shit nonsense, gets let off with a warning. Haha, see? He let me go because I told him. It's the same thing with this attorney shield crap. They get pulled over, they get a ticket, they go about their business. Ah, see? All he did was give me a ticket because I had attorney shield. Maybe if you didn't have attorney shield, you would have just got a ticket. Anyway, it exactly makes no difference. The only difference that this stuff makes, especially with the soft set arguments, is that sometimes it leads to you getting your window smashed. Sometimes it leads to you getting arrested. It never makes less happen. The fact that you're making these arguments and you get let go, they didn't let you go because you made those arguments. But if you end up getting arrested, it's because you were making these arguments instead of just giving them your ID and going about your day. Oh. The other thing that happened earlier when he was talking to the cop, I was listening to what he was saying, and it was hitting different because, like, I was actually thinking about what he's saying, and again, if you break down their logic, it always breaks down. If you follow their chain of thought, if you follow their logic, it always falls apart. What was he actually saying when he was talking to the cop? He was telling him, listen, it's illegal for you guys to force me into a contract. You're telling me that I have to pay you money to register this vehicle? Well, as soon as money comes in, that's what makes it a commercial thing, and that's what makes it illegal for you to force me to give you money. But here's the crux and what they're missing. Who's forcing him to drive? Who's forcing him against his will to get behind the wheel and drive that car? Nobody. So it's like you're missing that part. It's like, we're not forcing you to get a contract because we're not forcing you to drive. You could have somebody else drive you, friend or a family member. You could get an Uber, you could get a taxi, you could take a bus, you could ride a bicycle, you could walk, you could go on a train, you could go on a plane. There's a million other ways to travel besides in a car. So we're not forcing you to drive. That's why that is fundamentally wrong when they say that. I'm not forcing you to register your vehicle because I'm not forcing you to drive that vehicle in the first place. If you didn't drive that car, oh, I'm sorry, but they're not driving. They're traveling. Oh, that's right. I forgot. They're not. That's the whole crux of my argument is based on the fact that they're driving. But I'm not driving. I'm traveling. And there's a difference because they said so. Yeah. No, because Black's Law Dictionary said so. Oh, have you ever actually read Black's Law Dictionary? Well, I read the one sentence on the one paragraph that they put on the Frauditor Handbook. Well, no, I wrote the Frauditor Handbook that they put on the sovereign citizen websites. Yeah, just like Poster 7. I read the Frauditor websites that take the first sentence and ignore the whole rest of the paragraph that says that you need permission from the people in the building. And if they say no, then that means no. I always skip that part. I'm talking to a snowflake who cries and makes videos about auditors exercising their right. Who you? Okay, who? Where? It'd be interesting to actually have like a real conversation. Get rid of the flag. Getting triggered over filming in public. Don't make freedom of movement. What? Imagine getting triggered over people filming in public. Huh. Yeah, that none of that stuff you said makes any sense. Is there a question in there or anything that you'd like to have some kind of good faith discussion, or did you just come here to be a troll and act stupid? um, yeah, see, that doesn't make any sense. These comments you're making are illogical. Like, is there a question in any of that, or did you just like talking like saying dumb stuff? You guys are idiots because you're stupid, and you guys are dumb because you're dumb, and I don't like you guys because you're not smart. Okay, so what's your argument? Well, you don't like things that you don't like because you don't like stuff because you're stupid and dumb. And stuff. Whoa, fine intellectual debate. Boy, oh boy, are my neurons firing after that intensely logical discussion? Come on, you want to actually have a good faith discussion? Let's go. Say something that what actually is something. Maybe ask a question and I'll answer it. But just making stupid statements that are like nonsense, that don't make any sense, that are illogical, what's the point of that? Anyway, let's get back to the video. Oh, wait. No, wait. You aren't destroying anything liberal. Are you even here legally? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, these comments don't make any sense. Like, do you actually have something to say? I'm more than willing to engage in a discussion with a logical discussion if you actually have anything logical to say. None of these things in this sentence make any sense at all. You aren't destroying anything liberal. Are you even here legally? What is that? What does that mean? That's nonsense. If frauditors don't stop filming people to bait people to fight them, then we can talk, right? Invite him up on panel and hear his logic. I don't hear any logic. I don't see any logic in anything that he's saying at all. So insulting people and trying to convince them you're right in a rude manner is going to change people's minds? Yeah, right? That's the problem. It's like when I see somebody like hanging out in a post office all day filming, and somebody tells them that they don't like being filmed, they punish them for saying they don't like being filmed. Why do you support that? You talk about North Korea and China, if you're still in here, why don't you explain to me why the will of the frauditor is supreme over all other people's will? You must bow to their whim or you'll get punished. How do you support that and then say that we're the ones that want to go to North Korea? You support people imposing their will on other people, just so long as it's your people that are doing it. Do people not have a right to film in public? In for freedom, genius, my feelings means nothing. Huh? Do people not have a right to film in public? In for freedom and genius, my feelings means nothing. Was there supposed to be a comment there somewhere? I think his AI is malfunctioning. Yeah, right? But let me try to see if I could break this down by imagining where the punctuation should be. Do people not have a right to film? Do people not have a right to film in public? Period. In for freedom. I have no idea what that means. Genius, my feelings means nothing. Your feelings mean nothing. Well, I would never be so unempathetic and inhuman as to say that your feelings mean nothing. Even if I disagree with you, I would not say that your feelings mean nothing. That's kind of inhuman and unempathetic, and just thinking that other people are just what? Poo at the bottom of your shoe that you need to destroy and smash into the ground and pepper spray and maybe shoot. Why not? They're not humans. They have no feelings. Well, let's see. Do people have a right to film in public? Yes. And anything else? The in for freedom, genius, my feelings means nothing. That doesn't make sense. Do people have a right to film in public? Yes. All right, next. Another question. Oh, wait, he's a Moor? No, come on. He doesn't know what he's talking about because his brain is in his arse. He won't listen to logic because cops are bad, right? Stalking people, yep. Anyway, is he still here? Does he have anything else to say? I'm giving him and this is another thing, because these guys love to come in here and say that you guys just time people out if they have a different opinion. I'm giving this guy every opportunity in the world to actually ask a good faith question. And so far, the closest he came is somewhere hidden in a sentence somewhere was, do you have the right to film in public? Yes, you do. All right. Well, let's finish up the video in the meantime.
Trooper, whatever he is, he has no respect for the Constitution. He has no respect for my rights. He sees an unmarked vehicle. He thinks he can just exercise power that he's not even authorized to exercise. This is ridiculous. And all of you watching are implicated because you're not holding him accountable to the Constitution that you have an oath to. I don't have an oath. You have an oath. They all have oaths.
And you have a responsibility to follow the law like the rest of us, but I don't hear anyone else holding a lecture on the dangers and implications of driving without registration and insurance. But do carry on, Mr. Do as I say, but not as I do.
So if you have a good conscience, you should go tell him, hey, officer, he has a driver's license. Hey, officer, he just showed you that he just purchased this vehicle lawfully. Hey, officer, why don't you give him a chance? Because I'm just trying to get home. I live down the road. I just got off of work. I'm still in my... This guy thinks he can just harass me because he has a badge and a gun? This is ridiculous. Everybody here is getting sued if I don't stop those citations, or if he doesn't allow me to stop those citations, because I have the information he's claiming I don't have. I'm willing.
Wait a minute. So this is another thing, and I keep doubling down on this too. These guys love to talk about the Constitution this, love to talk about the Constitution that. But it seems like all of them never actually read the Constitution. They read a couple pieces of a couple amendments, and that's it. They ignore all the rest of it, especially the part that breaks down the judicial system. You have a license, you were given a ticket for no license, show the judge you had a valid license at the time. Case dismissed. Like, okay, so, all right, now, okay, here's my response to that. Now, seriously, wait, guys, I literally want to have this discussion if I can with him, if he'll actually good faith answer. Here's my answer to that. You're saying that they're tyrants, so your answer to stop tyranny is you tell people we're not allowed to leave our homes. You want people to just hide in their houses and not leave because you said so. Don't leave your house if you don't like it. Stay home. Who's the tyrant? The people that are just out there living their best lives, trying to take care of their, families and, pay their bills? Or the people who are demanding that we have to stay home if we don't like what you're doing? If we don't want you to expose our images on the internet for profit, to humiliate us publicly by calling us Darrens and Karens and bootlickers, to pepper spray us, maybe even shoot us because we don't want all that. We need to just stay in our homes if we don't like that. If we don't like our images being exploited for profit while you publicly humiliate us on the global platform that's YouTube. If we don't like that, we need to stay home. Who's the tyrant? The person who's just walking around minding their own business, or the person telling us we have to stay in our homes if we don't like what they're doing? What they're doing. We have to like what you want. Right? Should I stop exercising my rights because a liberal doesn't like it? See, that's the thing I don't understand about your argument, okay? Exploiting people's images on YouTube for profit. This goes back to what I was saying earlier, how they have their own definitions, right? They call that exercising their rights. We call that grifting money off of YouTube. Like, how is trying to humiliate people, trying to berate people, trying to insult people, trying to make money off of people, trying to publicly humiliate people, trying to get people fired, trying to get people's lives ruined? What does that have to do with exercising my rights? How do those two go together? I don't get it. Like, if you go to church, you're exercising your First Amendment right to freedom of religion. Nobody's telling you to stop going to church. If you stand on the corner and say something, or you stand on the street and you film, that's fine. But how about this? You're standing out in front of Chick-fil-A and you're filming. Or even better, you're standing inside a DMV and you're filming. And your camera is there and the people are there that are trying to do their business. And somebody says, hey, I don't like being on camera. Will you please take the camera off of me? So you intentionally filming them after they ask you not to film them. You're saying that the reason why they do that is because they have the right to do that. Right? So Ironton Auditors here. What's up? So I want to make sure I really understand the concept here. Okay, so if you're, okay, let's go back for a second. Human beings do things for a reason. Okay? Because I can is not a reason for anyone to ever do anything. I can beat myself over the head with this thing until I'm a bloody mess. But I don't do it because I can. There's something else behind it. Picking fights with random people and filming yourself doing it for YouTube money is a reason, for money. Because I can, that's not a reason. Nobody does that because they can. That's not a reason. If somebody asked me to like, I'd respect their restrictions, even though I'm not required. Well, then you're not a frauditor. You're a human being. So why are you sticking up for frauditors when you don't believe in what they do? This sentence right here has absolutely nothing to do with what frauditors do. If I've seen one video, I've seen 100, where there's a group of people. They're in a room. There's 50 people in there. Nobody approaches them. Nobody says a word to them. somebody who doesn't want to be filmed takes a piece of paper, and when they see the camera, they go like this, so they won't film them. So what does the cameraman do? Follows them around. You don't want to be filmed? It has nothing to do with your feelings or my rights. It's about, there's my mark. There's my target. There's the person that I'm going to try to get a rise off of. Now that I know for a fact that they don't want me to film them, I'm going to go out of my way to film them even more. Because I've got to poke the bear. They're not saying anything to me yet. I got to get them to say something. I got to follow them around with my camera until they freak out. Because now I know who to point my camera at. The person that clearly doesn't want to be filmed. It's not the camera, it's the person behind it. That's exactly right. But yeah, like see, that's the thing. How could you say that? If somebody asked me not to film them, I'd respect their wishes even though I don't have to. Beautiful. Frauditors don't do that. That's why we don't respect frauditors. That's the easy answer to that one. Oh, we only got 1 minute to the cupcake dance, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready for it. Yeah. It's almost time for the cupcake happy dance. Oh, yeah. Almost time for the cupcake happy dance. All right. The human eye alone cannot pause, zoom, rewind, or post. Exactly. When they say you can't trespass the eyes, this is the answer. Eyes can't pause, zoom, rewind, or post. That's exactly right. And how could... See, that's why you know they're disingenuous douche canoes. Because whenever they say, I can film anything I could see, you can't trespass the eyes, literally, they're that stupid or they know better. And if they know better, another reason why we have no respect for them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the cup cake happy dance. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to check out Hump Day R&R this afternoon with Mr. Thomas and Ray Ray. What's up? 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. All right, everybody, let's hit that cupcake dance. Let's go. All right. Okay. Olay. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me again. And I love you guys. You're the best in the world. Yeah. I'm all shook up.